जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी जय लक्ष्मी कल्याणी सब आई शरणति आई मैया आई शरणति आई मैया दे दर्शन
ज्योति परं ब्रह्म लक्ष्मी ज्योति जनार्दन लक्ष्मी अटमा पापं सर्वलक्ष्मी नमस्तुते या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मी रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः प्रेम से महालक्ष्मी माता की जय। After these flowers, we shall pray to the now Graha Devatas. These Grahas are the 9 planetary deities of the universe. In our puja, we pray that may the alignment of these planets be auspicious and conducive to the stability and well-being of all life forms on Earth. May the conjunctions of these planets be at all times favorable, and may every negative aspect of this planet be removed through the blessings of Surya Bhagavan, Navgraha Devata. Om Krishne Narasavatmanaveshamritamatasya Hiranayena Savitarathena Devayatim Bhavananupashyam Om Bhurbhuvasva Kasyap Samutramyaha Kakshamyaha Nishtam Shri Suryaya Namaha Om Ya Imam Deva Asvalanadhaya Shubham Mahachitraya Mahatijishtaya Mahatijam Raja Indra Sindhyaya Padmasyam Somara कल्लीधरृतं कर्पूरेण समायुक्ते पुंगीफलं समर्पयामि। ॐ सूर्यादि नवग्रहादि देवाय नमो नमः। लवं कर्पूरसंयुक्ते ताम्बूलं सर्वपूजिते प्रत्ययग्रहानिवेशं मम सौख्यवर्धनां श्री नवग्रहादिदेवाय नमो नमः। ओम हिरण्यगर्भगर्भस्थां हेमबीजं विभावसु अनन्तपुण्यफलमतां शान्तिं प्रयच्छ मे। सूर्यादि नवग्रहादिदेवाय नमः। ओम सूर्याय नमः स्वाहा। ओम चंद्राय नमः स्वाहा। ओम भौमाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम बुधाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम बृहस्पति नमः स्वाहा। ओम शुक्राय नमः स्वाहा। ओम शनिश्चराय नमः स्वाहा। ओम राहवे नमः स्वाहा। ओम केतवे नमः स्वाहा। नवग्रहादिदेवाय नमः स्वाहा। आचमनीयं पुनयात्मनीयं शुद्धात्मनीयं समर्पयामि। जपा कुसुमसङ्कस्यं तस्य पेयं महाद्युतिं तमोलिं सर्वपापघ्नौ प्रणोत्वस्मिन् दिवाकरं तर्हि शङ्खं तुषाराभं क्षीरोदाणवसम्भवं नमामि सुजनं सोमं शम्भो मुकुटभूषणं करणीगर्भसम्भूतं मृत्युकान्तिं समप्रभं कुमारं शक्तिहस्तं तं मङ्गलं प्रणमाम्यहं प्रेङ्गुकलिकाश्यामां रूपेणां परमं बुधं सौम्यं समिग्नोपीतं तं बुद्धं प्रणमाम्यहं देवानां च ऋषीणां च गुरु काञ्चनसनिभं बुद्धिभूतं देवकेशं प्रणमामि बृहस्पतिं हिमकुन्दं मृडालाभं दैत्यानां कर्मं गुरुं सरशाश्वमृडवक्तारं भागवं प्रणमाम्यहं नीराजनं समाभासं रविपुत्रं हिमागजं छायामाटरसमुतं तन्मामि शनिश्चरम् अर्धकार्यं महावीरं चन्द्राचिमठं श्रीकाकरसम्भूतं तं राहु प्रणमाम्यहं पलाशपुष्पसङ्काशं तारकाग्रहमस्तकं रौद्रं रौद्रात्मकं घोरं तं केतुं प्रणमाम्यहं ब्रह्मा मुरारी त्रिपुरान्तकारी भानुशशी भूमिसुतो बुधश्च गुरुश्च शुक्र शनिराहुकेतः कुर्वन्तु सर्वे मम सुप्रभातम्। प्रेम श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रहादि देवता की जय। The regenerator of life, the dissolver of all that exists. At the end of each kalpa, every cycle of time, the universe, as it were, recedes into the divine being and subsequently released afresh in a new generation of life. We adore thee, O Lord, who art the Lord of all souls, Pashupati, Shankara, who are the abode of peace and tranquility, from whose matted locks flows incessantly the purity of Ganga Ma, whose neck is garlanded with ornaments of serpents, denoting the awakening spiritual energy, whose body is smeared with the ashes of dissolution, indicating the temporary nature of the universe that ultimately dissolves into ashes one day, who is in the company of the Divine Mother Jagadamba Ma, Parvati Ma, the goddess of creation, with whose Trishul the three gunas are subdued, Sat, Raj and Tam. O Lord, from whose Damaru the exotic sounds, reverberation of such sounds, create and generate peace in the minds of all the devotees and cause the ultimate destruction and pralaya of the entire universe. To thee, O Parvati's Lord, to thee, O Shankara, O Sadashiva, again and again our humble adorations. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivam bhavatu kalyanam आरोग्यं सुखसंपदा दुष्टबुद्धि विनाशाय शिवकाराय नमो नमः। हरो महेश्वर शंभो शूलपाणी पिनाकृका पशुपतिं हरिश्चैव महादेवमिति मृता कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षीय मामृता ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय बोलो महाबली महादेव की जय। ओम हर 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 महादेव। ओम हर 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 महादेव। ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय सन्निधो शिवलोकमवाप्नोति शिवेन सह मोदते नागेन्द्रहारात्रिलोचनाय भस्माङ्गरागाय महेश्वराय नित्याय शुद्धाय दिगम्बराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय नन्दाकिनी सलिलचन्दनचर्चिताय नन्दीश्वरं प्रमथनाथ महेश्वराय मंदार पुष्पसुपूजिताय तस्मै मकाराय नमः शिवाय शिवाय गौरीपतिनाथवृन्द सूर्याय धक्षाय प्रजनाशिकाय श्रीनीलकण्ठाय वृषध्वजाय तस्मै शिकाराय नमः शिवाय वसिष्ठपुङ्गो भवगौतमाय मुनीन्द्रदेवाचितशेखराय चन्द्राकवैश्वानरलोचनाय तस्मै वकाराय नमः शिवाय यज्ञस्वरूपाय ताधराय पिनाकहस्ताय सनातनाय दिवाय दिव्याय दिगम्बराय तस्मै यकाराय नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय बोलो महाबली महादेव की we bow to thee, O Hanumanji, who art the symbol of humility and strength. In the words of Goswami Tulsidasi, Aturit Paladhamam Hema Shailavadina. You are the source of measurable power, the repository of all virtues, and yet the humble and faithful, loyal devotee and servant of Shri Ram. May you empower us, O Lord, by removing all our debilitations, weaknesses, physical, mental, emotional. Empower us so that we can confront the challenges of each day and emerge victorious only through your grace. Om Kapi Rupam Balam Agram Sarvarakshasamardanam Avahanam Mahaviram Sarvasiddhi Pradayakam Aturit Paradhamam Hema Shailavadiham Tadatvan Krishalam Jyaninamagragamyam Sakalpunidhanam Bhadranamahisham Raghupati Pribhaktam Atajatam Namami Hanumananjana Suru Variputro Mahabala Rameshtam Phalguna Sakha Pingakshu Amrita Vikramaha Uttari Kramanaschaiva Sita Shoka Vinashakaha Lakshman Pranadatascha Dashagrivasya Darpaha Dwar Saitana Namani Kapindrasya Mahatmana Swapakale Pate Nityam Yatrakale Visheshakaha Tasya Mrityum Bhayan Nasti Sarvatra Vijayi Bhavi निश्चय प्रेम प्रतीत दे विनय करे सन्मान कहीं के कार सकल शुभ सिद्धि करे हनुमान लाल रे लाली रसे आरुढ़ लालंगू भद्र हरा नंदन जय 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 कपिसूर मनोजवं मारुतुल्य वेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठ वातापजं वामनयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वं आरोगता अजारयं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमतं स्मरणा भवेत् माञ्चले विद्महे वायुपुत्राय धीमहि तन्नो हनुमत् प्रचोदयात् ॐ प्रां ॐ नमो हनुमते आवेशे आवेशे स्वाहा ॐ ह्रीं हनुमते रुद्रात्मकाय हुं फट् स्वाहा ॐ ऐं ह्रीं हनुमते श्रीरामदूताय नमः ॐ ह्रीं हरिमर्कट मर्कटाय स्वाहा ॐ ॐ प्रपन्नानुरागं प्रभाकाञ्चनाभं जगत्तीर्थशौर्यं तुषाराधधर्यं तुनीभूतहेतुं निरोधिन्नभूतं भजे वायुपुत्रं पवित्रात्मित्रं भजे पावनं भावनानपवासं भजे बालभारहासं भजे सन्ततं रामभूपालदासं भजे लक्ष्मणं प्राणरक्षारिरक्षं भजे तोषिनादेगं गीर्वाणपक्षं भजे घोरसङ्गामसीमाकाव्यं भजे रामनामानि सम्प्राप्तरक्षम् पिताभीरनादं चितिं चित्तवावं गङ्गाङ्गभृङ्गं गतिस्थूलजङ्गं यत्प्राप्तकेशं भुजां श्रेष्ठकाशं जयश्रीसमेतं भजे रामदूतं चलद्दालदातं प्रवत्कालबालं कठोरात्रिहासं प्रवीणापचाढं महासिंहनादां त्रिशूलात्रिलोकं भजे वाञ्जनेयं प्रभुभद्रकायाम् अने भीषणे मेघनादि सनादि सरोषि समारोपिते मित्रसख्ये खगाणां धनानां सुराणां च मार्गे न तन्तं वहन्तं हनुमन्तमिति करब्रह्मचम्बारे गम्भोरिधारं करहन्तनिर्धूतकाललोकदन्तं पद्माधात्रिताक्षिं भूतारिवासं वनकोक्षं दक्षं भजे पिङ्गलाक्षं महागर्भपीडां महोत्पातपीडां महारोगपीडां महातीव्रपीडां हरत्याशुते पारपद्मामुरक्तो नमस्ते कपिश्रेष्ठ रामं प्रयोगाम् रामनाथ रामं क्षमानाथ राम अशोकेन शोकं विहाय प्रहर्षं पनानां प्रदन्नं जीवनं दानवानां विपाकक्ष पृष्ठात् हनुमतं त्वमेव ॐ नमस्ते महासत्त्वभावाय तुभ्यं नमस्ते महाभद्रदेहाय तुभ्यं नमस्ते परिभूतसूर्याय तुभ्यं नमस्ते कृतमत्यं कार्याय तुभ्यं नमस्ते सदा ब्रह्मचार्याय तुभ्यं नमस्ते सदा वायुपुत्राय तुभ्यं नमस्ते सदा पिङ्गलाक्षाय तुभ्यं नमस्ते सदा रामभक्ताय तुभ्यं ॐ हनुमत् भुजंग प्रयागं प्रभाते तदोषे पिबां चाररात्रे पर्यन्तं पतनश्चितोऽपि प्रभुक्ता जगालं सदा सर्वदा रामभक्तिं प्रयातिम् ॐ श्री पौरपुत्राय नमो नमः। बोल पौरपुत्र हनुमान की जय, श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। केसरी नंदन जय हनुमान मारुति नंदन जय हनुमान
केसरी नंदन जय हनुमान मारुति नंदन जय हनुमान
केसरी नंदन जय हनुमान मारुति नंदन जय स्वाहा ओम अंजनीपुत्राय नमः स्वाहा वायुपुत्राय नमः स्वाहा ओम पवनपुत्राय नमः स्वाहा आत्मन्यं समर्पयामि हनुमान जी भजन संकटहरण मंगलमूर्ति राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसो बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान की सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की चक्रं सकिरीटकुण्डलं सपीतवस्त्रां सरसेरहेक्षणं सहारवक्षस्थलशोभिकौस्तुभं नमामि विष्णु शिरसा चतुर्भुजं कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियेर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यज्ञत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। ॐ श्री सत्यनारायणाय नमः। आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि नमः। ॐ सहस्रशीर्षं पुरुषः सहस्राक्षं सहस्रपात् सा भूमिः सप्तस्त्रित्वा स्तां तिष्ठं दशाङ्गुलम् ओम आगच्छं भगवन्नेव स्थालिं जात्रां शिरोभवात् यावत् पूजां करिष्यामि तावत्त्वां सन्निधो भवाम्। ओम श्री भगवन्तं श्री सत्यनारायणम् आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि भ्यो नमः। बोलो सत्यनारायण भगवान की रम्यं किशोरन्यं समसौख्याकरं शिवं आसनं शमया दत्तं गृहाणां परमेश्वर आसनं स्वं ओम विष्णुर्गं निमलं च सर्वसौकर्यसहितं पादरक्षानाटायां दत्तमे प्रवीतां। Wash the feet of Bhagwan Sri Satyanarayan. Paryam Swargyami Sri Satyanarayanaaya Namaha. Argyam Griham Devesham Kalpushpakitaisam Karunakaranidum Janata Namasute. Give him a bath. Sarvakirtam Samayukti Sugandhim Nimalam Jaram. Ashritam Griham गंगा सरस्वती ग्रीवां पयोन श्रीमदातरे स्थापितमसि मया देवं तथा शान्तिं पुरुषमे पयोरजीवितं क्षीरं धरुचा शर्करायतं पञ्चामृतं मया नीतं स्नानाटपतिनीराम् ॐ श्री पञ्चामृतं स्नानस्मरणशिरोरकं स्नानं समर्पयामि। श्री भगवान् सत्यनारायणाय नमः। या गच्छं या तिष्ठं सुवरिष्ठो भवं पूजागृहाणाम्। श्री सत्यदेवाय नमो नमः। हे सत्यनारायण स्वामी हमरे दुख हरो मेरा पार करो मेरा पार करो। Satyanarayanaaya Namah Swaha, Keshavaya Namah Swaha, Madhavaya Namah Swaha, Narayanaaya Namah Swaha. Ajvanyam samarpayami. Break it up. Shri Namo Narayanaaya Namo Namaha. Namasamana Pushpani Yatha Kalubhavavicha Pushpanjalivyaratam Kriyanam Vibhutam Sarva Parameshwaram Shri Pushpanjalim Samarpyami. Satyanarayanaaya Namo Namaha. Hari Om. Our praise of Bhagavan Satyanarayana. Om Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhanam Lakshmikantam Kamalayanam Yogi Vidyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavabhayharam Sarvalokekanatham Mukam karoti vachalam Pangulam nayate girim Vikripatamaham vande Paramanam Namamadhavam. Om Kasturi Tilakam Lalata Patale Vakshastale Kaustubham Nasagre Varamotikam Karatale Venukare Kankanam Sarvange Harichandanam Suritam Kante Jamuktavari Gopastri Pariveshito Vijayate Gopala Churamani Panchivibhushitala Navanita Data Pītāmbara Runabimba Palata Drushta Purnendra Sundara Mukala Vindanendra Krishna Param Kimapi Tattvamaham na jani. Prem Sura Shri Satyanarayana Bhagwan ki jai. Malayari Sudanini Malatyari Nive Brahmayayatan Pujatam Pushpam Pradevam Sri Krishna Pujanathay Gandharvara Duradrasham Sajam Chodasayuktam Vainam Suritam Vaya Deepam Grihani Vesham Trailokyam Timirapa Shri Satyanarayana Namah Yo Namaha Dhyaye Satyam Gunatitam Gunatrayatmitam Bhagavad Shri Satyanarayana Bhagwan ki jai. Hari Om. Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Hari. Achyutam Keshavam Krishna प्रथमध्यायं व्यास उवाच एकदा नैमिषारण्ये ऋष्या शौनकार्या प्रपच्युरमुनिना सर्वें सूतं पौराणिकं खलु ऋष्योचु प्रदेन तपसा किन्वं प्राप्यते वाञ्छितं फलं तत्सर्वं श्रोतुमिच्छामः कथ्यस्त्वं महामुनिं सूत उवाच नारद संपृष्टो भगवान् कमलापति सूर्य यथैवाह तशनुगं समाहितः एकदा नारद योगी परानुरकांक्षय पर्यटन विधान लोकान् रजलोकमुपागतः ततो दृष्ट्वा जनाः सर्वं नानाक्लेशाः समुदितान् नानायुधिसम्पन्नान् क्लेशमानान् सुकर्मिभिः केनोपायेन चैतेषां दुःखनाशो विध्रुवम् इति संचित्य मनसां विष्णुलोकं गतस्तरां तत्र नारायणं देवं शुक्लवर्णं चतुर्भुजं शङ्खचक्रगदा पद्म वनमाला विभूषितं दृष्ट्वा तं देवदेवेशं स्तोतुं समुपचक्रमे नारद उवाच नमो वाङ्गमनसातीतारूपायदन्तशक्तये आदिमध्यान्तहिरिनाय निर्गुणाय गुणात्मने सर्वेषामादिभूताय भक्तानामार्तिनाशिने श्रुत्वा स्तोत्रं ततो विष्णुर्नारदं प्रत्यभाषतां श्रीभगवान् उवाच किमर्थमावससि त्वं किन्ते मनसि वर्तते कथ्यस्त्वं महाभागां तत्सर्वं कथयामि ते नारद उवाच मृत्युलोके जनाः सर्वे नानाक्लेशाः समन्विताः नानायोनिष्वत्पन्नः पश्यन्ति पापकर्मभिः तत्कथं शमनेनाथ लघुपायेन तददा श्रोतुमिच्छामि तत्सर्वं कृपास्ते धीमहि शिवभगवान् उवाच साधु पृष्टं त्वया वत्सा लोकानुरकाङ्क्षया यत्कृत्वं मुच्यते मोहात् तच्छ्रुतं वदामि ते कथमस्ति महत्पुण्यं स्वर्गे मृत्ये च दुर्लभं तव स्नेहान् मया वत्स प्रकाशां प्रियनेतुरः सत्यनारायणस्वं व्रतं सम्यमिधानतः कृत्वां सत्यासुखं भूत्वां परत्रं मोक्षमाप्नुयात् तच्छ्रुत्वं भगवद्वाक्यं नारदमुनिब्रवीत् नारदराज किं फलं किं निदानं च कृतं केनैव तद्व्रतं तत्सर्वं मिश्राब्रवीहि कराकारणव्रतं श्रीभगवान् उवाच दुःखशोकारिशमनं दण्डान्यप्रवर्धनं सौभाग्यसृतिकरं सर्वत्र विजयप्रदं यस्मिन् कस्मिन् निर्मृत्यं भक्तिश्रद्धा समन्वितः सत्यनारायणं देवं ये च मुनिशामुखे ब्राह्मणैवानवश्चैव सहितो धर्मतत्परः नैवेद्यन्त्रितं वन्दितो दद्यात् सम्पादं लक्ष्मीक्रमम् रम्भावरं कृतं क्षीरं गोधूमस्यां च चूर्णकम् अभावेशालचूर्णं शर्करा वा गुडं तथा सम्पादं सर्वक्षाणि चैककृत्यं निवेदयेत् विप्रां दक्षिणां दद्यात् कृतां सत्त्वा जनैः सह ततश्च बन्धुभिः सार्धं विपाश्यन् प्रतिभोजयेत् प्रसादं भक्षेत् भक्त्यां रजगीतारिकं चरेत् ततश्चं स्वगृहं गच्छेत् सत्यनारायणं स्मरन् एवं कृते मनुष्याणां वाञ्छासिरिवं विशेषतः कलियुगे लघुपायस्थिभूतले इति श्रीस्कन्दपुराणे रेवाखण्डे सत्यनारायणकथायां प्रथमोऽध्यायः। बोलिए सत्यनारायण भगवान की
जय।
भक्तजनों, श्रोताओं, व्यास जी बोले एक समय नैमिषारण्य के शौनकादि ऋषियों ने पुराणों के ज्ञातवा सूची से निश्चित रूप से पूछा। सूची ने ऋषियों ने कहा, हे महामुनि, हम सुनना चाहते हैं कि व्रत से अथवा तपस्या से किस प्रकार से अच्छे फल की प्राप्ति होती है, हमसे कहिए। सूजी बोले, भगवान विष्णु से नारद जी ने यह प्रश्न किया था तथा जो उत्तर उन्होंने दिया था उसे आप लोग सावधान होकर सुनिए। Devotees, Reverend Panditji, Shota, we bring you the message from the first chapter of the Sri Satyanarayan Vrat Katha. And this is a very important text in the library of Sanatana Dharma because it is taken from the Skanda Purana, so it becomes very authoritative. Skanda Purana is one of the Mahapuranas, the 18 Puranas, delivered to us by Vyasji, Ved Vyas. So, I'm pretty sure all of you are familiar with the Sri Satyanarayan Katha. You listened to this Katha before, but the beauty about the text of Sanatana Dharma is like an ocean. Each time you dive inside, you bring up new pearls and new gems. And that's what we're going to do here today as we examine pages of the first chapter of Satnarayan Katha. So those of you who are talking, please stop talking and listen. Come to listen, not to talk while the Katha is going on. Okay? If I don't tell you, you will know. Yeah. When you finish the Katha, you talk. When the arti finish. Well, gathered by the shores of the ocean, shores of the Ganga, Naimishara, in the Naimisha Tirtha, there were 88,000 saints and sages. Ekada Naimisharanye Rishya Shaurnakarya. And among these 88,000 saints and sages, there were two prominent ones, whose name was Shaunak and Sutaji. Now Shaunak was the one who was asking the questions, and Suchi Maharaj was the one who was answering these questions. Now, importantly, questions and answers are very important in Sanatana Dharma. You know, back in the days, and even nowadays also, if a child were to ask the parent, Ma, why do we raise the flag of Hanumanji? Why, what does it signify? Why we perform puja? Why we engage in all these rituals? The child is told not to ask. No, you don't ask any question. Better not ask, because it was considered offensive to ask questions. Remember? Back in the day, you did not ask anything. So whatever you saw, you had to believe and accept it for what it was. And you have doubts in your mind, the doubts cannot be removed because you're not allowed to ask questions. Well, that was wrong. Because the scriptures is about question and answers. Arjuna freely asked Bhagavan Krishna any question he wanted to ask, and Lord Krishna answered all his questions in detail. In the Ramayana, for example, Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati, Parvati Ma asked the question, Bhagavan Shiva answers the question. In the Puranas, Sutaji is narrating, and Shaunak is asking questions. In the Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, Raja Parikshit is asking the question, Sri Sukadevji Muni is answering the question. So question and answer are very healthy. And if you have any doubts about anything, any practice in Sanatana Dharma, feel free to ask. Now you can ask Google also. And Google has a lot of answers for you as well. In those days there was no Google. Google didn't exist then. It existed but was not revealed to us. So you ask the Guru, you ask one who is competent, one who has the answers. And I can assure you, my dear brothers and sisters, there is nothing at all in Sanatana Dharma, no ritual which cannot be explained. There's nothing that doesn't have any meaning. Every single thing you do in Sanatana Dharma, in puja, anything you do and everything you do, they have a logical and practical meaning and explanation. Everything. We don't do this, it's not like child's play. You take a flower, you put it there, take a fruit and put it there, you offer some milk there, you say, well, you know, it really has no meaning at all, it seems like meaningless. Every item, every offering here has its significance. And this was not invented by anybody, it was revealed to us by the Lord himself. He came and he taught us to perform puja. And Bhagavad Gita says in chapter 3 that when Brahma created the world, parallel to creation was yajna. And the formula for yajna was created alongside creation, which means this was given to us from time immemorial. Since the world was created, yajna was created also. So all the do's and don'ts and the procedures how to perform yajnas and rituals is all written in the text, and they all have meanings. Now, you know what happened back in the days? Way back in the days, everything was written in Sanskrit. So it was very difficult for the masses to understand it. Sanskrit was like the language of the Vedas, language of Sanatana Dharma, but it was exclusively in the custody of the Brahmins and the priests. And so the ordinary people could not understand it. They couldn't chant it, they couldn't read it, they couldn't recite it. So now, in this age in which we live, a lot of these books are transliterated and they're translated also. So you can actually pronounce it, you can read it, and you will understand the meaning of these. And it makes it a whole lot easier now for us to maintain the faith, to keep the faith, and to put faith in what you do when it comes to rituals and puja. So 88,000 people, or if 88,000 people were to ask the question at the same time, it would be like pandemonium. Everybody talking at the same time. So very skillfully what they did, they designated one person whose name was Shaunaji. So he is a spokesperson of this entire assembly was there. And they were asking the person who was more competent and learned in the scriptures, who was narrating, and his name is Sutuji Maharaj. So Shaunak is asking Suji the question. And the question was, you see, in these times in which we live now, our children, the attention span is very short. Adults also, the attention span is short. So you come to the mandir and you sit down, and then 2-3 hours, this is too long. Other cultures, other religions, you go half hour, you go and you bow, and you say a prayer, and you leave, and you felt, well, okay, I went to church, or I went to your denomination, whatever it is, institution of prayer. But again, Sanatana Dharma can be simplified. It is made simple. There's no shortcuts here, but the Lord has simplified the way of worship. For example, in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, Lord Krishna says, he who offers to me, whether it be a leaf, or a flower, or a fruit, or a few drops of water, patram pushpam palam toyam, if you offer that with love. Now that is devotion, that is worship in the simplest of forms. By offering a flower to the Lord, offer a fruit to the Lord, offer some water to the Lord, that will perform puja. Now puja has 16 steps. If you can't do 16 steps, you do 1 step is good enough. When Sri Ram went into the forest, Shavati performed puja, she washed his feet, she fed him this bird, and he partook of that. She was performing puja to the Lord there. She fed him something. The boatman didn't do all 16 steps when he took Sri Ram across the Ganga. He chose 1 step, that is to wash the feet of Sri Ram. See? So that's how simple it's become. Now, Shaunaji is asking Suji, he says, O Suji, you are most learned, and we are all curious to hear of a simple path, of a type of fasting, of a type of penance, of a type of puja, which when practiced, human beings can realize their long cherished goals. So tell us of a simple path, nothing elaborate, nothing too complex, nothing complicated. We just want a simple path. Give us a simple path which mankind can follow, and you can follow that faithfully, and it will lead you to liberation, to the attainment of all your goals and desires. So that's a very valid question, because we can sit on 3 hours, and on 5 hours and 8 hours, and you want something simple, then the answer is here in Sri Satyanarayana Katha. So Suji says that, oh, sages, Narvidam Prishto Bhagwan Kamalapati Surshiyataivaha Tashrupan Samahita. That is not the first time this question was asked. This question was asked before. By whom to whom? By Narad to Bhagwan Vishnu. Now Narad is a person, the saint, who he travels around the world. He travels around the planet, and he receives information what's going on, and he relates it back to Lord Vishnu. And you know, so he is pretty much well informed of what's happening in the world, because he's part of God. He does it for the sake of others. So Ekada Narada Yogi Paranuga Kanshaya. So one day, Narada, in one of his many travels, he visited this Mother Earth. Paritam Vidanoka Mritulogam Bhagatha Taturishwadina Saban Nana Klesha Subitam Nana Yurisvatpanan Kleshyabanan Sukarmabi. That is very important. When he came, he saw what we are seeing on your TV screen today, what you're waking up to many times, many days. These news make headlines. You see, we're doing puja here today. We're having a beautiful service here in this mandir today. We're listening to Satyanarayana Katha here today. We're worshipping Hanumanji today. This is not going to go on CNN. This is not going to be in New York Times. Nobody want to put these things. It wouldn't make a front page. Right? No, they're not interested in this. But somebody killed somebody. Right away. Headline. That's what makes news these days. So that's what you wake up to almost every day. When natural disasters happen, when people die, when people are murdered, people are enslaved, people are slaughtered. Those are the kind of things that make headlines these days. So what Narad saw wasn't making headlines. When he came, he saw a lot of suffering in the world. He saw, हमने जग की अजब तस्वीर देखी, एक हंसता है 10 रोते हैं. हमने जग की अजब, ये जग की अजब तस्वीर देखी, एक हंसता है 10 रोते हैं. ये प्रभु की अद्भुत, प्रभु की अद्भुत जागीर देखी, एक हंसता है 10 रोते हैं, एक हंसता है 10 रोते हैं. This was happening in the world. हमने जग की अजब तस्वीर देखी. The word ajab means very strange. Tasveer means a picture. A very strange picture presented before our eyes each day. And that is, एक हंसता है 10 रोते हैं. For every smiling face, there are 10 on your side. 1 out of 10 people are happy, the other 9 are unhappy. And if one is happy today, is unhappy tomorrow. We take turns of being happy. And happiness is something very fleeting, very fleeting. Sometimes for years you not experience a moment of happiness because we are all stress-driven people, and we are living in a stressful world, and so we are all stressed out. There's so many things that robs you of your right to be happy, that steals away your happiness from you. You go to bed at night, you can't sleep because so many things on your mind. You take sleeping tablets and everything to sleep, and you can't sleep. So many things on your mind. So many things you worry about. And if you manage to solve one problem today, it's like those bills. You pay one today, the postman is up your door, and tomorrow, next one shows up again. You can't escape them. They're all coming all the time. So problems are like that. You solve one today, tomorrow a new one appears. You solve that one tomorrow, another one appears. Then you think, okay, everything is fine now. Everything is okay. I paid all the bills, I am fine, I go to sleep peacefully, wake up next morning with a pain. Big, major headache. Problem now, you go to the doctor has bad news for you. That's how the order is. That's how it is. So, Narad saw all of this when he came. He saw people suffering. He saw suffering in its many, many forms and many manifestations. So when he saw all of this now, he asked himself the question. He says, why are people suffering? And if I were to ask you the same question this evening, why do you suffer? Now, you're going to try to point finger, see this guy here, he's the cause of my suffering. That person is the cause of my suffering. This one is the cause of my suffering. The Ramayana says, Kahu na ko sukh dukh kardata, nij krit bhog karma sabrata. Shri Ram, Lakshman says to Nishad, to Guha, that no one is responsible for your suffering. No one is responsible for your happiness. You are responsible for your own happiness. You are responsible for your own suffering. And you can debate it. You can challenge it. Of course, is in our own making. The fact that you were born and you came into the world, you came to the world suffering means that you have earned all of this in the past, and you have to come into suffering again. So suffering is something written down there, and life is a battle against suffering. And see how far we can go. And eventually, you lose the battle, as you know. You have to surrender to the last breath. So, Narad, Satnarayana Katha says, Swarpanan kleshyamanan swakarma bhi. Swakarma, the word karma is mentioned here. Karma means one's doings, one's actions. And he realized that people were suffering because of the karma. Now, in essence, what it was is that what he saw there when he visited the world, that prayer was absent from people's lives. Puja was absent from people's lives. Worship was absent. People become too materialistic. And you in pursuit of materialism, pursuit of all the worldly things, then God is put on the back burner. Sometimes he's totally off. God now becomes a 911 number. And you know 911, you don't call 911 to check, well, how are you doing? How is your day? You having a good day? 911 is strictly for emergency. And when that emergency is met, then you store that number until you need 911 again. So for many people, God is that 911.
You only go to Him when there's a problem. When your problem is solved, then you go back to Him when there's another problem again. You ask them, why you didn't come to the mandir? No, well, things are going good. No need to come to the mandir. You only come to the mandir when there's a problem. See, or you go to pray when there's a problem. And दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में करे ना कोई. जो सुख में सुमिरन करे तो दुख काहे तो दुख क्या सुख में सुमिरन, दुख में सुमिरन सब करे. दुख में, when you have problems, everybody prays. You're driven to pray. Sukha mein kare na koi. So when sukh is there, happiness is there, nobody's interested in praying anymore. Your problems, your circumstances drive you to pray. So what the saints they ask for? The saint says, oh God, we don't want moksha, we want something special. Sukh ke maate sir pade naam na tera gaye, balihari wa dukh jo pal pal naam rata hai. So he says, they said to the Lord, don't give us happiness, give us suffering instead. He said, why you want suffering? Because sukh ke maate sir pade naam na tera gaye. Because in the midst of all my rejoicing, when things are going well, I can't find time to repeat your name, to think of you. But Badihariwa Dukajo, welcome is that suffering because Pal Pal Naam Rata hai. Means that moment after moment they can be thinking of you, calling on you for help in moments of distress. So they want, if this is what is going to drive me to pray, then give me this suffering so that I can remember you all the time. We should not pray for that. But without suffering, when things are going well, every morning you wake up, there's a reason for you to go and thank the Lord. There's a reason for you to go to the altar every morning. Every morning you should do so because He brought you through the night safely. While you made it through the night, others didn't. Very sadly, my own nephew, he didn't make it. He went to bed, a young man, a couple nights ago, and he never woke up. 42 years old. 42 years young. So, when you manage to rise up in the morning and you can open your eyes, thank the Lord that He has blessed you with another new day. And you can see the dawn of a new day. And not only that, you wake up, you see the beauty of the day, thank Him again, you can find the energy to get out of that bed, to make the first step, to start your day. The energy that you can go through the entire day. Thank Him when you leave your home, when you turn that key in the morning and you go out there. Thank Him when you come back in the evening that He protected you through the entire day. You came home back safely. Not everybody is that lucky. When you go to eat your meal, thank Him that you have a meal to eat. So many millions, 100 million in the world can see that as a luxury. Thank Him you have clothes to wear on your body, others don't have. There's so many reasons to be grateful. So many reasons to be thankful, my dear brothers and sisters. And every day we should incorporate in our daily lives that attitude of gratitude, whereby you submit to the Lord and you thank Him and you seek His protection and His blessing each day. So when this attitude is absent, then suffering comes. Because karma is what you do, what you sow, you reap. Simple. That's the law of karma, right? So, you like, if you're a farmer, you have a piece of land. If you, whatever crop you sow on land, you will reap. If you sow something, you reap it, right? You're going to harvest something. And if you don't sow anything, something will still grow. The weeds will grow, and they're healthier than the crops that you plant. You don't have to fertilize them. You don't have to water them, right? Oh, they grow very healthy. You don't get disease and so on, like the actual vegetables that you plant. Well, those weeds are calm, growth, mud, low, muds are all these poisonous toxins of the mind that we tend to harbor, or they take root and they thrive like those weeds. And then they out of control, and you can't control them anymore. Then the result is suffering. So back to our katha. So Narad, when he saw all of this now, he was very perturbed. He was very distressed when he saw all this suffering. Now if you're a person who loves other people and you see them suffering, of course you'll be distressed as well.
So he could not do anything by himself to relieve the suffering. He didn't have the power. But he knew somebody who had the power. And that somebody was Vishnu. So what he did, Tatra Narayanam Devam Shuklavarnam Chaturbhujam Shankar Chakrapanam Banmam Bhujitam Deshwatam Devi Devisham Stocham. He paid an express visit now to the abode of Lord Vishnu. He says, and he went there and he saw the Lord at Shankar Chakradam Padma bearing all these conch and the lotus and the mace and so on. And he bows to Lord Vishnu. And then he glorifies him. He says, Namo Vangamarasatita Rupaya Shakti Adimadya Nirnaya Nirgunaya Gunapani. I bow to you, O Lord, who art the reliever of the distress of your devotees. And again he praises the Lord. Then Bhagavan Vishnu says, well, Narad, Kimartamausetvam Kim Mansivartate. Why did you come? What is this sudden visit to me, to my abode? What is on your mind? Of course, he knows past, present, future. He's asking Narad. Narad says, Prabhu, Mrityaloke Jala Sarve Nana Klesha Samrita. I went to earth and I saw countless sufferings. I saw people with disease. I saw people dying from hunger. I saw people suffering from poverty. I saw homelessness. I saw COVID. I saw all of these the different types of illness in the world. I saw people slaughtering other people. I saw chaos. I saw catastrophe. I saw natural disasters. All these things I saw. And I'm very much disturbed. So, Lord, the reason why I came here is for you. Tat katang shabrinata lagu payang darada. Give me an upaya. Upaya means give me an advice, a formula, a method, a remedy whereby these people's sufferings will come to an end. So Bhagavan Vishnu now, he listens to Narad. He says, Narad, sadhu prishtam kvaya vatsalu kalam pragamshaya. He compliments him, you are indeed a true sadhu. You are a sadhu, Narad. Bhagavan Vishnu is pleased. God is pleased when he sees you working for the welfare of others. He loves that because he himself, as Sri Ram Kim says, Padahita saris dharma bhai. There is no greater dharma. There is no greater duty than that of benevolence, of altruism, of extending a helping hand to others. When you see other people suffer, you also must suffer with them as well. When they rejoice, you rejoice with them too. Those are the saintly characteristics of every human being. And that is what God wants us to do. He places us on earth not to live selfish lives, but to be able to extend a hand in need to those who are suffering. So when Narad went and he saw all the people suffering, reports to Bhagavan Vishnu, he said, you are a true sadhu. Know the sadhu? Who's a sadhu? You know, back in the days in Guyana, Balaji would tell you there were sadhus in his time. And sadhus were, they dressed as a sadhu in this orange robe, and they'd have the Kausita mandal, and their hair, long hair and so on. And they lived like the life of a nomad. They're wandering here and there, and they were detached, renunciate, and they simply lived for others. Well, if you want to see sadhu, go to Rishikesh, especially Kumbh Mela, and you see millions and millions and billions of sadhus there, all over. Millions of them still there, and other parts of the world as well. And they're easily identifiable because you see them, the way how they dress, you see this person is a sadhu. He doesn't have it, he's totally detached. Well, that is the outer appearance of a sadhu. But the true qualities of a sadhu is described for us in the Ramayana. Sadhu charit subha sarisa kapasu, nirasa disad gurmai palajasu, jo sahit parachitra durava, bandhaniya jai jalisapava. That sadhu charit, the qualities of a sadhu are, number one, is comparable to the cotton plant. Now, the cotton plant is niras and vishad. So this cotton pod is niras, it means it is juiceless, it is dry, and vishad means is odorless, it has no odor. Right? That's what this cotton is. But when you trace the journey of this cotton from its point of origin to its final destination, it's certainly an amazing journey. And that journey, this cotton, is equivalent to the qualities of the sardine. Now, when the pod is plucked from the tree, it goes through a process, it passes through a machine. And then you go through that ginning process where that bales of cotton spun into yarn and to make thread. Now you think of the pain this cotton feels in the entire process. Then that yarn woven together, weaving process, it becomes a fabric. And then a sharp object would cut that fabric over to the required size and dimension. And then comes the dyeing process where a color is applied to the fabric and it goes severe heat so that color is stick on there. And then further cut again, and then comes the stitching process, needle gonna pierce it over and over again. And when it's all said, an ironing process, when it's all said and done, that cotton becomes a beautiful piece of garment that you wear with pride. And it not only beautifies you, but it covers your physical defects as well. And you take one step further. Prit kare aise kare jaise kare kapas, jeete ji so tand ke marina chodo sat. Means that cotton is so loyal to you. Loyalty also, it covers, it clings to your body, not only in life, but when you die, it accompanies you also to the funeral pyre. It cremates itself with you as well. Sacrifices itself with you. And you know, when a child is born, they wrap you in a piece of cotton. And when you die, also traditionally, they wrap you in a piece of cotton also. And when you look at a piece of cotton that they wrap you in at birth, and you are at death, neither two has a pocket. You know that tells you something? You didn't bring anything with you there, you not take anything with you. So the sadhu is like that. Endures pains, endures suffering himself to rid the sufferings of others. So all of us, if we have these qualities, then in God's eyes, you are the greatest sadhu. So that's why he tells Narad, Narad, you are a true sadhu. Because you went and you saw the suffering, you're moved with what you saw. And you came here to ask for a favor, not for yourself, but for the rest of the world. Now, when we pray, you must pray for others. You must not only pray for yourself. Right? Isn't that so? In the very prayer, Sarve bhavantu sukhina, Sarve santu niramaya, Sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kachidak bhavavid, Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Lord, let everyone be happy. Let everyone be peaceful. You pray for the rest of the world. We must not pray for ourselves alone, but for others as well. We must take others into account. Then you are a true sadhu. So Bhagavan Vishnu compliments him. He says, well, I'm going to tell you now of a simple method whereby mankind's suffering could come to an end. And what is that? He says, Satyanarayanam yasvam vratam samyamidhanata pritvam sadyasukam bhutvam paratram moksamapuyat. There is a vrat, there is a puja. Now you have to observe in 3 ways. Number 1 is the vrat, second is the puja, and third is the katha. Vrat means fasting. Second, the puja is the worship, and katha means the glories. In these 3 ways, Bhagavan Satnarayan is worshipped. All 3 you have to observe. So he said it's a puja. It was simple, a puja to Bhagavan Satyanarayan. Tell all those people in Mrityulok they must perform puja to Satnarayan. So Narad is curious, he says, where King Kalanking Vidarancha, what is the fruit of this puja? How must it be performed? And Bhagavan Vishnu says, well, the puja is so simple, it yields the greatest fruits. Dukha shokali shamanam dandhani pavadaram. Dukha means all the suffering will go away. Shok means agony you experience in the mind, and you're blessed with dhan, with wealth. Dhanya means grains, material possessions, and of course, saubhagya, sarvikaram, progeny as well. In other words, the fulfillment of the things that you aspire. Sarvatra vijayapradam, victorious in the things that you do in life. Yasmin kasmidinrityu means the puja can be done on any day. There's no restrictions. But there are 2 important ingredients that the puja must contain. Bhakti, Shraddha, Samandita. These ingredients are not flowers and ghee and so on. Those are important, but 2 most important ingredients are devotion and faith. Whenever you worship the Lord, you must put devotion and faith. Devotion means unconditional love for God. And faith means trusting in the Lord. When you, like the murti of Bhagavan is here, you put a flower, you offer the flower to the Lord. Faith means you're not worshipping a stone, you're not worshipping a brass image. Devotion means you're offering your heart to the Lord. You offer the flower to the Lord, that flower contains a love from your heart to the Lord. That is devotion. And faith tells you that whatever you're offering to the Lord, He's accepting it. Whatever you're saying to Him, He's listening to you. And He has the power, that murti has the power to respond to your petition. So that is Bhakti and Shraddha. So when you perform your puja, when you look at your murti, always there must be those two important ingredients, Bhakti and Shraddha. If those Bhakti and Shraddha is not there, then it becomes a mechanical one. You take flower from here, put it there, your mind is not there. You're thinking all, your mind is all over the place, busy all over the place. Then you look missing the point there. Your attention must be there. Concentration must be there. And your devotion must be there. This is what the Satyanarayana Katha says. This is how you perform puja. Now you don't have to be a scholar to have these qualities. You don't have to be a rich person to have these qualities. Anybody can perform puja. The poorest person can perform puja. The most illiterate person can perform puja. We've seen many examples. Shabari says, Lord, I am so dull-witted, I don't know how to read and write. I don't know how to sing a bhajan to you. I don't know mantra, no prayers. I'm not even supposed to be in your presence. I'm so low. Adamatinari. I'm a woman, and I'm the lowest among the low. Atimandagavai. All this, and then Sri Ram smiles and said, Shabari, you have all the qualifications of a devotee. All the qualifications. You have all the degrees, because you have in you 9 forms of devotion already in you. You already have them. And these are the requirements. It says, Kaladagopati Surabhamani Bata Manava Eka Bhakti Karanata. There's only one relationship that I value, and that is based on mutual love between me and the devotee. And you have that in abundance. So when we exercise these qualities in our puja, then the Lord becomes pleased. So he says, Narad, go and instruct all people in Mrityalok, and then your problems will be resolved. Now how the puja would be done? He says, he was offering prasadam, naivedyam, vidyasam, badam, vachutamam, and fruits and so on. Mohan bhog we offered. And vipram dakshina madhyat, gifts will be given to the vipra, to the Brahmins. Dakshina must be given, and everyone must be fed. Bhojan must be offered to all the guests who were there. A song must be sung, a possible dance as well, glorifying Bhagwan, Satyanarayan. And even prati manusyanam prasadam bhajya bhajya nritya gita chare tarasya swagriham dakshe Satyanarayan swaram. And everyone should leave here thinking of Bhagwan Satyanarayan, contemplating on his glories, chanting his praises, saying a prayer to him in this manner. Visheshata Kali Yogi Lagu Payavasti Bhutale. This is the only solution in this age of Kali Yuga, whereby mankind can rid himself from the fetters of delusion and suffering. Now, what we have learned here in this chapter is, my dear brothers and sisters, in the absence of prayer, there's chaos. In the absence of worship and puja, in the absence of, if you were to live a godless life and erase God out of your life or your daily practices, then soon after you realize that there is darkness. Sumirana karale meri mana teriye beeto mana nidamna. Panchi pang bina, like a bird without its feathers. Hasti dant bina, like an elephant without its tusk. Nari purush bina, like a faithful wife without her husband. Jaise purush pita bhi nahi na, vaise purush hari naam bina. Just like an orphan child, helpless without the parents, so are we without God. Deha naina bina, like the eyes without sight, like the body without sight, without vision. Raina Chandra bina, like the night without the moon. Dharati neha bina, jaise taruvar phal bhi nahi na. Like a tree, fruit tree without fruits, so are we without the Lord. So this is the message of the first chapter of Sri Satyanarayana Katha, and is meant not only for Narad or for the people of that age, but it's been for all of us in this age of the Kali, my dear brothers and sisters. The way things are going in the world today, you have no other choice. You have to have a relationship with God. You must have a relationship with God. There's no ifs and buts about it. Because He protects you more than you will think. You need that protection. And it must be a relationship not based on bargaining. Well, God, I'm going to do this for you, you do this for me. It doesn't work like that. It must be based on pure, unconditional love, expression of love for the Lord. In other words, you must not only love God, you must be in love with God. Just be in love with God. If you're in love with the Lord, you pick anyone you like. You have so many. You can be in love with Hanumanji. You can be in love with Sri Ram. You can be in love with Sri Krishna. You can be in love with Durga Ma. You can be in love with Lakshmi Ma. You can be in love with Lord Shiva. Anyone. You put your faith and you practice that devotion to the Lord. And before long, you will see the results. So, we pray that Bhagavan Sri Satyanarayana blessings be with all of us here this evening, and inspire us to continue to walk this path of Dharma, whereby all our goals, spiritual goals of Krishna, shall be reached. Bol Sri Satyanarayana Bhagavan ki Jai. Now, secondly, we're all here for a very important reason also, besides listening to the Satyanarayana Katha. We are here to celebrate our Bahinji's birthday. I want you to put your hands together and give her a nice round of applause because today is her birthday.
And this is something that I want you to remember here today. When we have godchildren and the Guru passes away and he dies, that which that Guru passes to that chela remains, and that chela will pass it to somebody else. Gurus don't go and shop with chela. The chela finds that Guru. And when the chela finds that Guru, a true chela and a true Guru, they can never go wrong. So I really am happy to be here, but I was telling Pandit, I got 60-something months to go, and it's getting dark and I'm getting old. So I am going to take your leave, Krish. And Babaji, I couldn't get up before your katha started, and I couldn't get up during the katha, so I had to wait until it's done. Thank you. Bhagwan's blessings.
Thank you, Panji. Panji, right from the class. If I had known that, I would still continue with that.
Nice.
Yeah, so, my dear brothers and sisters, you know, for many, many years, our Bahinji wanted to perform the puja for her birthday. Every year, because she was born in September, today's date, which is the 15th, is it? 16th, September 16th. Now, as you know, most of the years, September 16th is Pitru Paksh. She was lucky this year because we had the Adhik Maas. And because of the Adhik Maas, it pushed back towards the end of this month. So, month of September, auspicious for puja. And that's the reason why when she looked at the calendar and she saw that September 16th was not Pitru Paksh, then she contacted me and said she wanted to perform her puja. Now, I was supposed to be in Montreal this weekend for that yajna I did last week. And I called those people and I said, could you please do me a big favor? Can you switch this yajna to last week, because we have an important birthday celebration here in the mandir, and we really want this date. And they were very kind to oblige, and hence
this puja was set for today. Now, if you recall, our Bahinji is not the first time she's sitting here in puja. A few years ago, she did an entire 7 days of Srimad Bhagavat Puran Katha here, which was a very, very beautiful yajna we had here in this mandir. And those of you who know her, I'm pretty sure all of you here, you know her because you're here because of her also. You know her, you know what kind of person she is. Very simple, very humble, very kind, with a big heart, with a golden heart, and very, very devoted to the Lord. She wouldn't want anything else for her birthday except a puja. She wouldn't want a big party or to go on a cruise or to invite people and have a good time out there. This is what she would want. This is what she wants. This is what she loves. This is the feet. She loves to pray. She loves the Lord. She's a lover of the Lord. And she's accompanied by her son, who came all from California also, to join her here in this puja here today to celebrate her birthday. So, Mahinji, we want to wish you a happy Shubh Janamdin today. You are you are a great soul, and you have done a lot of great things in your life so far. If you take stock of your life, what you have done since you go back to your early recollections, you'll be proud of the life you lived and the great things you've done. Not only you'll be proud, but the Lord is also proud of what you have done. You've done some wonderful, great things in your own humble way, and the Lord rewards you for all this. No good deeds goes unpaid. No prayer goes unanswered. So, we want to need to bless you, and many, many more birthdays, healthy ones, that you can celebrate with us here, as you're celebrating here today, and keep being the great example you've been and continue to be for generations to come. Because you're not going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah. And next year will be a big number for you. So hopefully we can do something for you next year also to celebrate that big number. And talking about birthdays, the President will be celebrating his birthday also on Monday. And somebody already started wishing happy birthday since yesterday. So he's getting like 3 days happy birthdays in advance on Facebook. So you want to wish him also happy birthday in advance. Bahin Chand Jamuna is here with us. And you're looking as radiant as Chand, as the Chand, as the moon, as the full moon. And I know you have some other commitments, I'm told, to go. But we'd like to ask you to say a few words. And after that, we'll ask Babluji to sing our Bahinji this happy birthday song to celebrate this occasion here today.
Yes. It is the greatest pleasure for me to be here. Panditji, you summarized everything in this short moment. You brought the Vedas, the Puranas, the Shastras, the Ramayana, everything. And you gave us the gist of knowledge in this short period of time. Thank you so much. It is people like you and our Pandits who have brought this culture from India, and it has come until now. And I know that with the new Pandits you are training and everybody else is training, we'll have this culture continue. Thank you very much for this. And Chris, thank you so much for celebrating your birthday with this. When I think of Chris, I think of a line in the Shastras that says, Ishwari Moolam Trayaloka Sakha Yugapatra Charam Likhate Vidhata Phalasya Duyam Swada Aneka Karte Jopanam Chaturam Manushya. In essence, it says, I don't want to take much time, in essence it says there are two pathways. Ishwar is the root, the mool of the creation of the three lokas. And there are two things to follow. One is the good pathway and one is the other. Chris is an embodiment of the good and the great pathway. I met Chris over 30 years ago. We traveled to India. Chris was she looked like a teenager. And we had a good time traveling together. We sang bhajans for more than 8 hours in the bus. We had a wonderful time. And Chris has been the embodiment of greatness, doing good deeds all her life. She works from morning to evening, and most of the time she doesn't look for rewards. A lot of it goes free, most of it goes free. And I cannot thank Chris enough. When I saw her the first time, she took care of her mother in such a gentle manner. Everybody was having a good time and moving around and doing things. And Chris took her time and took care of her mother from one spot to another in the whole of India. She never left her mother to anybody at any time. And that to me, I fell in love with the way Chris functions and the way she does things and the way she lives her life. And I saw her as a role model for me. Even though I'm older than her, she is my role model. Chris, I love you very much. Happy, happy birthday. Janme Shri Krishna Murari, Jagat Hitakari, Jagat Hitakaran ho, Narna Bachat Dhvaniya Tira, Janmani Gokula mein janme Kanhai, Jagat Hitakari, Jagat Hitakaran ho, Narna Bachat Dhvaniya Tira, Janmani Thank you very much. Thank you, Panditji. Thank you, Chris. Love you, Chris. Love you, Panditji. Right hand, Paul. You have been my friend ever since. Thank you for being so good. Thanks to all of you for coming. I have a few more commitments.
You're saying some things that it's hard to believe. When you say you're older than her. And you look so much younger than her. Thank you very much, Rich. Always a pleasure to have you here. Yes. Keep up the good work you're doing. For all the seniors in this community. Yeah. So, we're going to have a special birthday rendition now. I will all you join and wish our Bahinji a happy birthday musically. And we want to welcome Bishamji. Bisham, we have to hear from you also. And you know, it's always good to have you here. You didn't come here in a while. I didn't see you in a while. I know you're busy, but your heart is always here. Yeah. So when I went to Bisham, I wanted to meet Bisham until I saw you. Yeah. So, Babuji,
Yes.
we'll do the honors. And then we're going to wish our Bahinji here a happy Janamdin here today. And that's the reason why all of us come. You're welcome here to celebrate with her, serenade her with this medley.
हो तारे तारे कितने नील गगन में तारे 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 कितने गगन में तारे तेरा उम्र हो इतना साल की नील गगन में है तारे 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 कितने नील गगन में तारे 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 कितने नील गगन में ओ फूल कितना प्यारा फूलों से प्यारा तू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू फूल कितना प्यारा फूलों से प्यारा तू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू आज कल लग जा सबके दिल के तारे तारे कितने नील गगन के तारे तारे May you live a happy life and live so long. May all your wishes come true. May all your wishes come true. अल्लाह साल तेरे ही है आरज़ू. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Wednesday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Lord, I wish to endorse everything that was said. And she has been a permanent fixture to Trimurti, but she goes to other mandirs, which is a great thing as well, sharing the love, experience. I want to wish you a happy birthday, Sister Chris. You're a tremendous person. Your family is a great family. I've known this family for a very long time. We go back a long way to many, many different places. And I know that in the future, you're going to continue to make this great contribution. Everybody here loves you, we love you, and this is all about love. And we want to thank all of you for being here, the musicians, by Babluji and everyone else. Thank you very much. And Sister Indira, I know you have always been photographing everybody, so thank you. Once more, have a wonderful birthday. Thank you.
Thanks. The celebration.
Sitaram, everybody. Dharmacharyaji. Most of all, I want to thank you so much for such a wonderful job. I always wanted to do Sataran Kata on my birthday. Most of the time it falls Pitri Paksh, and I can't do it. So this time when I saw I had a date, I had to beg Pandit, can you cancel Montreal and give me a chance? And he was so kind enough to do that. And I am so ecstatic. I am the most happiest person today. I couldn't wait for today to come to see Panditji. When I didn't see him, I said, where is he? What's going on? But finally he was hiding in the back. And I got to see him. I got to worship him. Panditji, you're doing a great job. Thank you. My nieces, my nephews, my brothers, my sisters, my friends from Brooklyn Hindu Temple. Thank you all for coming. I didn't see so many people so long. Suresh and his family, Sister Ivy and her family, Sister, Vidya, thank you for coming. Each and every one, I can't call all the names. My sister Lynette came all the way from Canada. Most of all, my friend Indra came a whole week just to help me celebrate and help me do all the housework. Thank you, thank you. The cooks upstairs, thank you. Babuji, Auntie Sheila, Auntie Baby, Indira, each and every one of you. And Dr. Tanpal, I want to wish you a happy early birthday. And thank you for all you've done for me. Shamu, I want to thank you for the beautiful flowers. Thank you, each and every one of you. 9 years to hear my birthday song from you. Auntie Sati, thank you so much for coming on so short notice. All my sister-in-laws and Bisham, my brother-in-law, I want to thank you for coming and being here. Thank you so much. I didn't know you were here, I'm sorry. I can't see you without my glasses.
And
I would like to praise the Lord on your behalf. Because nothing happened without the Lord. As Panditji said, nothing happened without the Lord blessing. Jai Jai Shri Ram Raghuveer, Shri Ram Raghuveer, Jai Jai 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 Shri Ram Raghuveer. Anupam Maryada Purushottam Gamarani Sani Sapana Sare Nisa Gama Padama Pani Pare Masa Gama Padama Anupam Maryada Purushottam Dina Vina Purushottam Dina Vina Jai Jai Shri Ram Raghuveer, Shri Ram Raghuveer, Jai Jai Shri Ram Raghuveer, Jai Jai Shri Ram Raghuveer. Hridaya Vishal Shir Sagar Sa, Hridaya Vishal Shir Sagar Sa, Sundar Sham Sharir. Hridaya Vishal Shir Sagar Sa, Sundar Sham Sharir. Jai Jai Shri Ram Raghuveer, Jai Jai Shri Ram Raghuveer. जो अजीर परित कर ले को, जो अजीर, जो अजीर, जो अजीर, जो अजीर परित कर ले को, रन में जो रन दी, जो अजीर परित कर ले को, रन में जो रन दी। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम, मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम कृष्ण के दोनों में करूं प्रणाम। दोनों मेरे इष्ट देव है, दोनों को मैं करूं प्रणाम। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम कृष्ण के नैया राधे श्याम। राम श्याम दो नाम का है, बिना श्याम की राम कहा है। राम श्याम दो नाम का है, बिना श्याम की राम कहा है। मुरलीधर हो या दरबारी, इनके चरण कमल सुखदाम। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम कृष्ण कन्हैया राधे श्याम। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम कृष्ण कन्हैया राधे श्याम। दोनों मेरे इष्ट देव है, दोनों को मैं करूं प्रणाम। दोनों मेरे इष्ट देव है, दोनों को मैं करूं प्रणाम। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम कृष्ण कन्हैया राधे श्याम। रघुकुल तिलक दुष्ट संहारी, राधा मोहन श्याम बिहारी। रघुकुल तिलक दुष्ट संहारी, राधा मोहन श्याम बिहारी। जाने कितने उपमा उनके, जाने कितने नाम। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम कृष्ण कन्हैया राधे श्याम। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम कृष्ण कन्हैया राधे श्याम। दोनों मेरे इष्ट देव हैं, दोनों को मैं करूं प्रणाम। दोनों मेरे इष्ट देव हैं, दोनों को मैं करूं प्रणाम। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम कृष्ण कन्हैया राधे श्याम। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम कृष्ण कन्हैया राधे श्याम। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम कृष्ण कन्हैया राधे श्याम।
बृहस्पति नमः स्वाहा, शुक्राय नमः स्वाहा, ओम शनिश्चराय नमः स्वाहा, राहवे नमः स्वाहा, केतवे नमः स्वाहा, नवग्रहार्देवाय नमः स्वाहा, ओम गण गणपति नमः स्वाहा, महालक्ष्मी माताय नमः स्वाहा, सरस्वतीदेवाय नमः स्वाहा, ओम सरस्वती माताय नमः स्वाहा, पूरक मातृकाय नमः स्वाहा, गायत्री माताय नमः स्वाहा, ओम नमो ब्रिंग हनुमते नमः स्वाहा, रामचंद्राय नमः स्वाहा, आय ब्रिंग क्लीं चामुंडाय विद्महे नमः स्वाहा, बिंदु दुर्गाय नमः स्वाहा, ओम गण गणपति नमः स्वाहा, नमो नारायणाय नमः स्वाहा, पंचलोकपाल देवताय नमः स्वाहा, सूर्यपाल देवताय नमः स्वाहा, राम देवताय नमः स्वाहा, श्रीवताय नमः स्वाहा, दैविक भूतिवताभ्यवाण स्वाहा। ओम श्री तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रप्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। नारायण विद्महे श्रीकृष्णाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। आंजनेय विद्महे वायुपुत्राय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम स्वस्वाहा। 35 पुराण देवताय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री अकारनाम गीताय नमः स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्व तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि यो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्व तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्व तत्सवितो वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि यो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम निमाय नमः स्वधा धर्मराजाय नमः स्वधा मातृपितृ जीवात्माय नमः स्वधा ओम श्री सर्वपित्राय नमः स्वधा सर्वपितृभ्यो नमः स्वधा सर्वपितृभ्यो नमः स्वधा आज पुण्यम very precious ओम सर्वंगय पूर्णभम स्वाहा ओम सर्वंगय पूर्णभम स्वाहा ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम सर्वंगय पूर्णभम स्वाहा रावान् प्रहारिणां कवचं वादकापवे बघारानां शांति भवतु वारिका प्रेम सुभद्री भगवान की तेजस्वी वेदमयी देवी ओम बलमसी बलमयी देवी ओम वीरमसी वीरमयी देवी ओम मंजुलसी देवी ओम उज्जवसी उज्जवमयी देवी ओम सवसी सवमयी देवी अग्नि भगवान की जय। So now we'll ask Dave
to celebrate my mom's birthday. She was looking forward to this since she thought of the idea of being able to bring everybody together for her birthday. She loves to have fun with family and friends, and this is another night for us to come together and just share the fellowship of being here in prayer, being here in the presence of God, just being here with everybody that we're around. I'd like to thank everybody from the pundit all the way down to the cooks, the cleaners of this mandir. It's such an awesome place, and when you walk in here, you feel the vibes. You're like, wow, this is holy ground right here, coming in here and feeling the energy. Everybody that came singing and playing instruments and didn't know they were gonna sing and didn't know they were gonna play an instrument. It's just great to have everybody around, and we're so happy. As a family, on behalf of my mom and my brothers, I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and I hope we have a blessed evening. We got some good food upstairs, and we're gonna do RT soon, and just enjoy the fellowship. And thank you all for coming.
very much to you. Thank you also for making this trip from California all the way to New York to celebrate your mom's birthday. It shows how much you love your mother and how much she loves you. So you're a very dutiful son. And it goes a very, very far way. Great example. Worship, prayer, we have
Om Lal Dila Leel Se Aur Dar Lal Lagu Badr Dila Navdaran Jai Kapisu Pamana Sutta Hanumaniki
जय हनुमान लाला की आरती की जय हनुमान लाला की
सुरना पूरी आरती उतारे जय 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 हनुमान उजारे कंचन कानन पुरन गौरी वरदान जनामाई जो हनुमान की आरती गावे हसी में तो तपरा बोलो